Many Catholic groups joined the crowds flooding Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington in an act of solidarity. Before hitting the streets, students from Catholic schools gathered to pray.
Together, we will never forget these victims, and through voting and marching, we will work to ensure this country is governed from a place of love and respect.
At St. Patrick's Catholic Church in downtown Washington, students from Catholic schools in the D.C., Maryland, and Virginia area discussed the impact of gun violence.
It's been pretty sad to hear constantly the stories about the school shootings and stuff.
This could happen to me, this could happen to my friends, this could happen to anyone, so something definitely needs to happen.
Lucas Portez of Olney, Maryland recalls a school shooting at a high school in his state where a 16-year-old was shot by a classmate. Pro-lifers tell us they wanted to make their presence known at the march, carrying signs like "Pro-life for the whole life."
I'm here because I believe that God made us in His image and that violence is wrong and that the loss of human life is wrong, and that if we have the power to work for a society where that's less likely to happen, then that's something we have a moral obligation to do.
Some Catholic bishops took to Twitter to express their support for participants in the march. Cardinal Sean O'Malley of Boston saying, "We join people throughout the United States in the effort to end gun violence in our schools, homes, places of worship, work, and neighborhoods." Bishop Bill Wack of Pensacola, Tallahassee adding, "It's good to see so many young people raising their voices against gun violence, just as it is inspiring to see them at the March for Life every year. We must be pro-life in all of life's beautiful forms and stages. God, give us the gift of peace." The March for Our Lives targeted lawmakers, especially Republicans. One sign even challenged the faith of a Catholic senator. Correspondent Jason Calvi reports from Capitol Hill, where Congress is on a 2-week Easter recess. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Wyatt. Protesters had specific demands from members of Congress. They want a ban on assault weapons, a limit to the number of bullets in a gun's magazine, and an end to background check loopholes. Students came from across America, including the city where the Florida massacre took place, all saying the time for change is now.
In the flood of marchers, Parkland student Lexi Angel says she came to support her school.
The big part of the March for Our Lives is to help young people be able to go out and vote. So, like my poster says, we will vote, we will rise.
Rising up to call for new laws.
I'm out here for the future kids in America. I'm out here for the restriction of gun laws.
Some slam Senator Marco Rubio, a Republican from Florida, for taking campaign cash from the NRA. OpenSecrets.org estimates that number is more than $3 million.
I'm going to start off by putting this price tag right here as a reminder for you guys to know how much Marco Rubio took for every student's life in Florida. $1.05.
One marcher held up this banner, questioning Rubio's legitimacy as a Catholic, with a blood-red cross on his forehead.
Home is where the heart is.
A reference to the Parkland school shooting on Ash Wednesday 2018, when 17 people were killed. That caused controversy among Catholics.
Marco Rubio was caught up in a reasonable middle ground Catholic approach that wasn't heard by the ideologues.
Chad Pecknold, a professor of theology, says the attack on Rubio as a Catholic is not fair.
The Catholic, I think, has a commitment to defend just laws and to defend the right to self-defense, and also has a commitment to defend our children. And so I think the Catholic is, in a sense, the one with no natural party here. We actually have to commend the common good, and we have to be reasonable in the policies that we pursue.
Senator Rubio praised the marchers for exercising their First Amendment rights, but Rubio also defended Americans who support the right to bear arms. He says they also want to stop mass shootings. The senator says gun bans won't prevent these tragedies. Wyatt?
Jason, I understand other controversial groups, including Planned Parenthood, backed the march.
That's right, Wyatt. Planned Parenthood actually tweeted in support of the march. They wrote, "Everyone has the right to lead a life that is healthy and free from violence." Now, that got a lot of backlash from pro-lifers who challenged the abortion giant, saying they literally commit violence against the unborn every single day.
Capitol Hill correspondent Jason Calvi reporting. Thanks, Jason.